So I wanted to do this channel update to talk about some of the content that I am working on, some of the stuff that will be just leaving this channel entirely, as well as a slight change that I've done to the content. I don't know if you've noticed, but lately I've been scripting my videos, and this is only because I wanted to see how that would work as opposed to just doing things off the cuff like I am doing right now. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think that works better, but I'll get into that towards the end of the video. But for now, let's get right into it by talking about some of the content that I am working on and some of the stuff that's leaving the channel. So starting with one of the more important things, I guess, the Resident Evil 20th anniversary video project is going to be redubbed as the Resident Evil Video Project. That's mostly due to the fact that it's falling behind. Personally, I don't think that it'd be appropriate to call it the Resident Evil 20th anniversary project if it's technically been 21 years. Aside from that though, a lot of the videos that are on that list are just, again, behind schedule and whatnot, so the only thing that I'm currently working on that isn't going to take me much time to work on really is Resident Evil 1 on PlayStation 1 and then the Resident Evil Director's Cut DualShock version. So those videos will be coming hopefully by the end of March, if not early April, and we'll see from there if I can work on anything else. It really varies on my schedule since I am working now. But other than that, the videos will still come. I still want to, give you all that content because once I'm done with all that, I want to move on from Resident Evil for a little bit. But that's not to say that I won't deliver the content because I did promise that sort of content for you guys. It's just taking up a little bit more of my time than I thought it would, and I don't have much time to spare at the moment because I'm doing like so many different things at once. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna try to get them done as quickly as possible, and that way I can move on to other things like maybe Devil May Cry or something. I don't know, since I know a lot of you like hearing me talk about Devil May Cry for some reason. But yeah, well, we'll see. I would say just be patient, give it some time, and we'll see where we go from there. Next, I'd like to discuss the content that's going to be leaving the channel, like how it could be better and the BioDevils podcast. In the case of how it could be better, to put it bluntly, I was just not satisfied with how it was turning out. After the second episode, I just felt like I personally was trying to turn it into Is It Worth Picking Up unintentionally, and for the most part, because it's experimental, I just don't mind cutting it all together. Though I will say, if you want something like how it could be better, I would recommend checking out the TCP channel and looking at the Cutting Room Floor episodes. It's basically where we talk about a game during its concept phase and talk about how different it was in comparison to the official build of the game. Speaking of podcasts, let's talk about the BioDevils podcast. It needs to go. And the reason why I think it needs to go is because the BioDevils podcast is kind of running in conjunction with the TCP podcast, and the TCP podcast basically does the same stuff, but it also does a wide variety of other content, one of which I just talked about, the Cutting Room Floor, and there are far more guests that come on to the TCP podcast as opposed to the BioDevils podcast. To keep it short, if you did enjoy the BioDevils podcast, I do want to apologize, but it is time to move on from that. However, if you really do want to see something podcast related and you like us, then I would highly suggest checking out the TCP channel, because myself and a lot of the hosts that come on to this podcast also came on to the TCP podcast, and a lot of us are there as regular members. So again, if you did enjoy that, go check out that channel. I'll leave a link down in the description below for you to check out. And in the meantime, if you want, you could stick around here. I really don't care, or you could leave. But if podcasts were your thing, that would be the channel to go check out. So hopefully you do check it out, but if not, at least you have some content to check out here too. And now I just want to talk about one last thing before I end this video, and that is the fact that I've been scripting my videos lately. The reason why I've been doing that is because I really just wanted to try and see if that would actually improve anything with the way that I make videos. And to an extent it has. It has helped speed up the process of making an actual video in the recording process, which is a good thing in some ways. So I really think the only two issues are going to be just the fact that it will sound pretty obvious when I'm reading off the script, but also just the fact that some of the lines might not sound as well as it would if it was just off the cuff. And granted, I know that might suck that I'm not doing that, but at the same time, if it means that I can get these videos out faster to you all, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And really, I would much rather prefer quality over quantity in this case, and I think it would just be much better and more time efficient to write out a script with all of my thoughts out, rather than just kind of sit here for like 3 hours on one line thinking about what I'm going to actually say. So I hope you all don't mind that I'm doing that, and I hope you all are just sitting here to see how this content improves as time goes on. And I hope that you all do enjoy the fact that I'm changing the content in different ways and trying out different things, because it would be boring if I was just doing the same thing over and over and over again without really trying to change anything, even with things that are very similar to the things that I have been doing. With that all said, I think I should probably get back to working on all the different videos that I have to work on. Good news is that now I have an Elgato HD60S that can work well with this new PC that I just bought, so the quality should improve as far as the videos are concerned, not the audio quality, because I think I've got that covered with this AT2020 now, so we will see. But as far as that's concerned, I hope you all do look forward to the new content that comes out in the future. And in the meantime, if you don't already, you can follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and I'll see you all in the next one.